Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on the morning of Monday, March 15th, 2021. And it's Beware the Ides of March. And that too brute. Well, today I wanted to do a comment on the eye of the storm, which is really where we are here in the USA. Oh, sorry, DFA. In relation to COVID-19, we're in the eye of the storm. You see all these news organizations saying, "Oh, it's down. The numbers are down." In the states like Florida, Texas, and California, easing restrictions in some states like Texas and Florida. 100% capacity. California is 25. Other states are probably going to 100%. No mask, no nothing. You 100% like you were before the pandemic. Well, yeah. But here's something you got to think about there. Okay, you still got the mass vaccinations going on. And you may get 260 million people. That's all. 260 million out of 350. So you got 90 million that won't get vaccinated. Well, the other half of the storm will be coming down soon. And here's things you gotta ponder before it comes down, okay? Because when it comes down, you guys are going to feel it. It's going to be worse than December 2020, January 2021. Think of it about 4 times worse. And instead of 100,000 people dying a month, like in January, make it 300,000 people plus dying a month. Okay? And here is why. Because of your openings that you have there, and here in Atlanta you had the All-Star game for the NBA, and people, even though they couldn't go to the game, still came from other parts of the states and caused a little problem. Crime is up big time here in Atlanta, probably in all the other big cities too. And you got the stupid protesters over in Portland. Yeah, dumb. Then you got the Floyd trial going on. And you know there's going to be protests on that because the jury is probably going to say third degree murder, if that, or hung jury, one of the two. Third degree murder, I'm assuming that's going to be the outcome of that. Well, here's what you got to worry about. 3 countries in Europe: Italy, the Netherlands, and there's another country there. Denmark, I believe, have stopped AstraZeneca's vaccine from being used. AstraZeneca is not approved in the U.S. yet because of blood clots and people dying. Yeah. And well, they hold it for, they didn't say how long, but their numbers are rising. Italy has gone to a shutdown. France is contemplating a shutdown. Spain has been shut down all along and still rising. And Britain, well, they're having the UK variant problems over there. And then you got Africa that you have to worry about. There's been an Ebola outbreak since February, maybe late January, over there in the the part of Basu Guinea in Africa. And the 2 countries that border it, Sierra Leone and Liberia. Okay, that's a porous border over there. So how many people have crossed in from Basu Guinea to Sierra Leone and Liberia? And where have they gone from there? The authorities don't have the resources to track that down. They're just saying that it's a major outbreak, but less than 50 people have died. But then the virus, and this is what's confounding the researchers, I mean, they're getting into it because they're saying something's up here. The virus is the same strain of 2013-16. Usually Ebola comes in with a new mutated strain. And this one usually comes from bats to people. That's how Ebola comes most of the time. But this one, the top scientists are thinking this was on the person all along for 5 years. And all of a sudden it came back. So he was a symptomatic carrier, as you call it over here, for COVID-19. Now, mind you, that area of Bazoo Guinea also had a lot of heavy COVID-19 patients there. So how many patients were taken out of that area with COVID-19 and dormant Ebola, or COVID-19 being writing over the DNA of Ebola and incorporating Ebola into it? And the people that have walked off too, to gone into Liberia and gone into Sierra Leone, and some probably gone to other countries, on the Africa or Western Hemisphere, Europe. You won't know. You will know in about 3 weeks. Yay. Yeah. That history tells me 3 weeks from now you're going to have Ebola, the CO for COVID, and Ebola for Ebola, which was 94% deadly, and neither of the vaccines that you have here in the United States were ready for that one. Okay? So I'm just telling you, when you hear it from somebody else, you can say, oh, the alien told me first, like I've been doing all along here. Read all my videos on YouTube and Facebook, and you'll see what I mean. I've been telling you the numbers, what's coming up, and you guys have done El Zilcho. And like I told President Biden in numerous videos, you've done El Zilcho on this virus. You put $1.9 trillion out there for nothing. You guys have spent almost $20 trillion with buying vaccines and paying people because they wanted to continue their way of living. Yeah? Don't get me wrong, the money like the $1,400 is going to come in handy for me. But only for a month and a half, and then you're going to have the people griping again, hey, we need some help. Yeah. But can your system afford this kind of stuff? I don't think so. Republicans are telling you no. Some of the Democrats, like Mr. or Senator Manchin over in West Virginia, can probably tell you, we can't afford to sustain this. I wrote to Senator John Ossoff here in Georgia this weekend and told him you need to do another bill with at least $200 billion in mitigating, and told him how to do it, because you need to create air purifiers, new ones, at least 0.1 microns. 0.3 are okay, but if you can get 0.1 microns, that's even better. That'll take care of not only COVID-19, but a lot of other viruses that are in there. And you need to create them special for helicopters and trucks, and some portable ones for places when you have the tracers that are going to see, okay, where is this COVID-19 virus coming from this time? Whether people are coming in, oh, they're from here, and there's a lot from this area here. So concentrate on that grid, on that area, with your foot soldiers and tracers and medical equipment and portable air purifiers, and you'll see the numbers overall nationwide coming down. But this has got to be a planetary effort too. Unfortunately, you don't have the technology or the people who wanted to make it a planetary effort. So you're still going to have to deal with the virus if you can't do it planetary wide here. But at least your deaths will be down to maybe months with 1 or 2 months that are 0. And maybe you'll have maybe at least 100 a year in the United States total area. Maybe 1,000. But you can live with that. Hey, you get that amount from All the other ones, you get that from your influenza, your polio. You still get people dying from polio or catching polio still, but they're less than 1,000, I would say. Measles, and some of that is due for people, I don't take the vaccine. Yeah. And you also need the Americans to have a leap of faith. And like I told Senator Ossoff, in that bill, you have to put some $1 billion in there too to cover the after effects of these vaccines and the COVID-19 residual, what they call holdovers. People who have issues that's going to affect them for the rest of their life after they got over COVID-19, like COPD, heart failure, liver failure, kidney failure, and all that stuff there, lung issues, where you become COPD dependent. You have not put anything in the bill for this. That's what I told Senator John Ossoff. Would I get a response from his office? I doubt it. But anyway, this is your favorite alien telling you, I told you the second half of 2021 was going to be a nightmare. It's going to be worse than the second half you had in 2020. You guys said I was a quack, and this time last year when I told you, you think 2020 is bad so far? Wait till the second half. Wasn't I right? Oh, yes. You don't do anything about this, you're looking at 155 million dead. Goodbye.